All right. It's about to be cracking up in this shit, cuz. All right, I know. Let me get that thumbnail set up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We about to get cracking up in here, cuz. Get them in the building and tell them we on, man. Non-stop action, baby. Hey, we live and lit right now. Right. I'm dropping that thumbnail on them. This one's about to be good. I think you kind of already went over this on I think Black Magic channel a little bit into it, but we live. Let me get that thumbnail loaded up for y'all guys.
Oh, who by God?
Hey, Robot, we back on them again. They say they just won't leave us alone.
Yeah,
they just won't leave us alone.
We about to get into some stuff, so you can go give them a little insight into what we about. I don't know what we about to talk about, but this.
Well, it's like the animal kingdom. Or what animals indigenous? What animals did they crossbreed and make that we eating? That's really not. We aren't supposed to be eating. We never did eat some of these animals that they the cross, like the cow. You went into it, like you was going into it on the last two classes a little bit because people asked about it, but now they really asked, hey, just do a class. Can you ask Rod to do a class just talking about the animal husbandry and the mixes and the evolution and the animals that we dealt with on America, the animals that we dealt with in Africa, Australia. You know what I'm saying? The animals that's the oldest, like is the camel older than the horse, or are they about around the same age? Is they from the same breed? Shit like that. That's what they was asking.
Well, a lot of that stuff is easy to look up information. So as far as like the relationship between the camel and the horse, you can just Google what's the relations between the camel and the horse.
The horse, yeah. That's right.
And then they'll tell you. Right, and they'll take you to, and if you're thorough enough, you'll find scientific papers that deal with the issue. So that'll give you a lot. A lot of the people have been asking about totem animal information too.
Yeah. We could go on into that too. Anything you got on animals, let's drop it.
Yeah, it's all relevant. And I am Dr. fucking Doolittle with all these goddamn totem animals talking to me all the time.
That's the one. I'm about to redo this thumbnail and add that Dr. Doolittle joint. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so
I'm switching to the laptop right now, so I got a whole folder already done up so you can go along with if you want to. As soon as I get this, I'm just doing this last thing. Putting this all the chats up now.
We got our whole understanding of what a human is all fucked up.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you can go into that. Hold on, I'm gonna switch to this laptop and you can go take off.
Yeah, it's all part of the same topic.
Okay, all right. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we on
First of all, we can't get out of the idea or the understanding that we in a fucking hologram, y'all got it?
Yeah.
Everything in the hologram is made up from everything else in the hologram. If you can take a piece of the hologram and look at it under a microscope, everything that's in the hologram is under the microscope too.
That's right. Go ahead.
The God mind say, hey, I don't give a fuck. Everything got its purpose. Everything got its place. But the God mind say, everything outside of me is within me. That's the holographic view of everything it manifests. So whether it's a dog, cat, bird, squirrel, man, horse, no matter what subspecies or any of those, whether you're a subspecies of human, in the God mind, this is all in connection. It's all linked in. Once you get to the God mind, all of those, the visionary ideas, the visionary ideas is species, subspecies, hybrid species, right? All of these are tools of divide and conquer. That's why I don't talk about blood types.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything that to divide you, they just, okay, we divided up by blood types, by geographical origin, by motherfucking skin color, hair texture. We divided by motherfucking political ideology, religious preference. We divided by motherfucking educational levels, economic levels. They got so many conversion, divide and conquer strategies at play that fucking we don't even know all of this shit is in you. This is a hologram.
That's right.
The God mind in the hologram say, hey, shit, I'm a squirrel, right?
Yeah.
This is the whole thing of identifying as. You might identify, a guy might identify as a woman, but he wasn't genetically engineered to have a baby from himself.
That's right.
But a woman might genetically or might mentally identify with a man, but she wasn't made to piss across the street. Well, some of them some good pissers. They can shoot that stream a long way without no motherfucking. But the whole idea is the identification with the thing doesn't make you that thing, because the purpose in which everything has got a purpose. There's nothing in this creation that doesn't have a purpose, and it's all molded out of raw, uncut chaos.
Yeah.
As soon as you start taking the side, and you ain't using your God mind no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's what they call getting stuck to the right. You get overly religious, overzealous with the religious. You stuck to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Overly righteous. You so righteous that you do wicked shit in the name of righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got those stuck to the left. These are the ones that can't get right. They can't stop eating people. They can't stop molesting children. They can't stop being an alcoholic, a chronic gambler. They can't stop breaking into people's house. They can't stop stealing. They stuck to the fucking left.
Right. They
The goal is to bump straight up the middle.
Straight and narrow.
Right. But even when you bump up the middle, you still gonna be bumping between pillar and post. Joaquin and Boaz.
Right.
Right. Severity and mercy. So Boaz come through his bozo with the bow tie to bop you upside your shit.
Yeah, homie decline. Homie don't play that.
Right. And then Joaquin come in and tell you everything gonna be all right, and then offer you misery in his place, while they comfort you with the miserable shit they offer. Just because they show mercy don't mean they merciful in truth. It's the same when you look at a dog, a cat, a squirrel, a bird, a horse, a rhino, an elephant. All of these things got a purpose in God's creation, or they wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you think that you so much of a superior to an alligator, a motherfucking crocodile, a lion, them motherfuckers, you're going to end up in the condition for them to show you who the motherfucking boss is.
Mm-hmm.
You go out that motherfucker with your gun and you fuck around, going go camp in your tent at night, right? Because you figure you safe because you got your motherfucking 357.
Yeah, right.
You got the 4 pound laying in your sleeping bag with you. You know what I'm saying? You got that motherfucking 50 cal ready to light a motherfucking lion, tiger, bear ass up, but you still got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And some of them motherfuckers don't need no sleep. They take naps or they hibernate in the winter when they get cold, so they don't even have to deal with that shit. I'm just gonna sleep 3 straight months and I'll be back out in the summertime to bust your ass again. So our understanding of these animals is fucked up. The animal come in on a radio frequency in the brain just like we do.
Okay.
the brain or the radio frequency say, feel this position, and then they feel that form. That's how God determined what animals need to be here. And us in our God mind, we got the right to make new animals. But it's only one problem. We're not allowed to make defective animals of any kind. So when you see a motherfucking 5-legged cow,
Yeah.
a 6-winged chicken, that's an abomination. Because they're not in the form that the blueprint that they was originally designed with was meant. But if you can stay with the part of the blueprint of the original creation, you can mix anything because it won't have a birth defect. Bats don't got birth defects. Half bird, half rat. Right? They don't have birth defects because they can't live in their environment. If they got a birth defect, they'd be dead before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
The motherfuckers ain't flying around with Down syndrome using sonar to navigate how to catch a motherfucking mosquito.
Yeah, right.
Right? They don't have that shit. It ain't known to them. Right? But you got some species of animals that got dwarfism in them. That means that's a God trait.
Yeah.
That come from the house of best. So you best know who your motherfucking best people is before you go fucking with motherfuckers and you don't know who you fucking with. Right? So you got the little people. Then you got the people with the short lifespan. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a condition called some what's that shit called? Achondroplasia or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I think that's dwarfism. But it's another one, progeria. Progeria, it make them age fast. So you got a 5-year-old look like you're 80 years old. They showing you what the Anunnaki did to us. They showing you. But we trying to find a cure for it instead of trying to figure out why would God put that kind of burden on a child. And then why would somebody want to come into this incarnation as a motherfucker that age 50 times faster than the average person? By the time they're 7, 8 years old, they got the body of a motherfucking internal organs of a 98-year-old man that didn't take care of himself. Why would somebody do that? How are they gonna tell you somebody cut your lifespan without giving you a living example of the cut lifespan?
Right.
Right? So they give you that. They say that we used to be giants. So now we see dwarves and midgets because we needed that DNA to show us what they shrunk us from.
Mm-hmm.
So like we looking at them as if they look funny, but in our original form, we'll look at us like we look funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you got humans with long ass arms and short legs. Then you got some with short ass arms and long legs. We call them T-Rex looking motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's serious because all of these is showing you what is in the DNA. What is in the DNA? 2 pitch black motherfuckers, dark as you can get them, cocoa chocolate motherfuckers, can produce a pale skinned baby.
Yeah. Albinos.
2 alligators can produce a pale skinned baby.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Right? 2 gray goddamn possums can produce a white and pink baby. If it ain't on the, if God didn't create it, it won't be on the genome. It can't exist on the genome unless either God made it or God is showing you something. But as long as we think that we know it all, we got all the answers, can't nobody tell us shit.
Mm-hmm.
We got all of these divide and conquer, and these animals is trying to show us how to overcome this shit, but we don't listen to the animals because we don't fucking listen to Mother Nature. So when she go to whooping your ass with thunderstorms and earthquakes and tidal waves and motherfucking hailstorm and sleet, all this shit coming in because you don't want to do what you're supposed to do as a caretaker of the planet Earth. Seasons is normal. But when the extremes come is when Mother Nature is upset. The extreme of a storm is a hurricane. If it's on the mainland and it ain't by the oceans, it's called a tornado. It's a whirlwind. What Garvey say? Look for me in the whirlwind. Look for me in the cyclone, the earthquake. Look for me when the motherfucking wind blow. And there you will see me fighting for you harder than anybody on this bitch. Mm-hmm. Right? So Garvey had an understanding of the fundamental connection between man and nature. I only know this because in 2017, he called me with Cyclone Marcus hit Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclone Marcus, pull it up.
Hey, you talking about when you say Marcus Garvey, and then you talking about the connection, right? Then you say,
yeah. So you pull up Cyclone Marcus.
Okay.
And then when you pull it up so they can see it's a real cyclone, then you go pull up the whirlwind speech. When you pull up the whirlwind speech, that's on YouTube. You can hear what he said with your own ears.
Yeah,
you don't need
Cyclone
me to tell
Marcus.
you.
Yeah.
Go to the where it give you the information on it. I don't want the picture. Fuck the picture.
It says subtropical cyclone Marcus was a very powerful tropical storm cyclone that struck Australia, Northern Territory, and Kimberley regions of Western Australia. All right, you said type in the speech. You said,
yeah, it's called the whirlwind. Marcus Garvey whirlwind speech on YouTube.
Oh shit!
You've been trying to tell us for fucking him and Noble Drew Ali was baddest motherfuckers in the last.
The alchemist, high power alchemist, whirlwind.
Yeah, between 1900.
Look for me in the whirlwind.
Yeah, between 1900 and 2000. If it was a one of us that could classify as being God, it had to be one of them two. If we gonna say we God, we need an example of what that looked like. What do a God do when they in the physical form? What they do, just go around and fuck all day? What do they do? Right?
They make changes.
They change shit. They bring about, they usher in the changes and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is this the YouTube speech? Because the actual speech is on YouTube.
Yeah, I could post the YouTube speech. But I know that one in it, and they got a copyright to it to play it. Somebody copyrighted.
Oh, this the Fair Use Act. They can't do nothing about it. It's educational purpose. We don't here teaching.
Okay, all right.
That's why you get away with shit on this platform when we be doing this.
Yeah, like this, like some of the stuff. Yeah, like some of the stuff they let us get away with, but then like the other day they flagged me for a piece that we recorded. But I could cut it out if they do, but it's just, you know what I'm saying. Hold on, let me okay.
Or you can let it play or let the subtitles run.
I'm gonna bring it in right here. Let me go to YouTube and then do it. Hold up just a second. Copy. Yeah, because I had this speech loaded up on my page. I think at one point when he was talking about that whirlwind shit. But I ain't never put it together what you saying now. You know what I'm saying? I just thought he just gave a speech. I didn't look at it like that, you know what I'm saying? But now you giving me another side to it.
Yeah, I told Fairkind that I was looking for Marcus Garvey. Since all the rest of these niggas wasn't doing that. Get my phone charger.
Here we go. Remember being the whirlwind.
Those beautiful people who denied their past. My parents, my grandparents, my mother, my father did not suffer and die to give me an education to fight for fresh or discourage my people. Because whatsoever education I acquired out of those sacrifices of over 300 years, I shall use for the salvation of the 400 million black people of the world. And the day when I protect my people, may God Almighty say there shall be no more light for you. I'm a critically rejected assumption.
Hey, is it too loud or is it too low? Is it just
right? It was just right when you were playing it.
Okay, all right, let me let it play then.
You can turn it up a little bit.
namely the God who created the black man inferior, and that he had intended Negroes to be a servant class, here the wooden jaws of water. The life that he put in my God man and the doctrine of Imago Dei, all men regardless of color, created in the image of God. Like on this premise, the equality of all men and the brotherhood of all men. The biblical injunction of Acts 17:26 reminds us that he created of one blood all nations of men to dwell in the fruit of the earth. And
so we're gonna do another one just on this speech.
Just on this speech, I'm gonna go from A to Z to break this motherfucker down.
Yeah, because he talking fast as hell, but he's saying a lot of heavy shit up in this thing back then.
Mm-hmm. It's a couple more frames before we get to the part where he tell you, it's almost to the end where he said, look for me in the whirlwind.
You want me to try to find it?
Yeah, you should see it because it's gonna say literally, it's gonna say, look for me in the cyclone.
Okay, I'm gonna find it right now. Oh yeah, but he's saying some heavy shit right here. They were still drinking blood out of the skulls of their oh shit, that ain't going in. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Toward the end, right?
Yeah.
He says, oh yeah, he talking about them dog. Look, he said he mentioned them niggas you talking about right here. Remember the Jew? Oh, I'm gonna go back and check this out.
I told you we're gonna do another one just on this.
Yeah, he talking about them same niggas.
The enemy ain't never changed. The elders ain't never stopped telling us who the enemy was the whole time. The confusion came in. Hold on.
I better go back.
I think it's the next frame.
After the last one?
Oh no, it's right before that.
Okay. Boom.
No, go back a little further.
Boom. Boom. Trying to see what he said it is.
Man, you're gonna make me get down and dirty. Go pull this motherfucker up and go straight to it.
Oh, it gotta be right here somewhere though, because
it's close to
Black. Oh yeah, right here. Oh shit. Damn. Say something go to win. Okay.
You had pulled up the thing that had all of the writings on it just then by accident.
Oh yeah, right here. Is it right here? Dang, bro. What did he say that down? Let's see if somebody got it in the comments. Nah, they probably wasn't up on it.
Everybody know it. There. Well, go back. There's it. You just passed it. In death. It started off in death.
Right here.
Make it big. So make sure that's it.
He said, if I may come in earthquakes, plagues, pestilence.
Yeah. Okay, go back one frame and let it play.
Okay, all right.
Is this different in the actual speech and how it's written in his works?
Okay, here we go right here.
You see what you say? In life, I should be the same. In death, I should be a terror.
Continue to be the real Marcus Garvey I would like to be. If I may come in an earthquake or a plague or a pestilence or a God would have me, then be assured that I can never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you. Will I get not go to hell a million times for you? My work will only just then begin. I can live in the physical or spiritual to see the day of Africa's news. When I am there, wrap the mantle of the red, the black, and the green around me, or in the new life, I shall rise up. The millions of the heights and the fire, you will know. Look for me in a whirlwind or a storm. Look for you outgrave traitors from what the countless millions of black men and women who have died in America, those who have died in the West Indies, and those who have died in Africa to aid you in the fight for liberty, freedom, and life.
See it? Stop. Pause right there. That's it. That was it. That's where he said it at.
Yeah, right there, right there, right there. Okay. All right.
He said, look for me in the cyclone, the whirlwind. In the writings, it said, look for me in the cyclone, look for me in the tornado or the hurricane, look for me in the whirlwind.
Uh-huh.
Right. So what he's telling you is to monitor nature, and they gonna tell you when the energy that he represent return by naming the cyclone after.
Man, that's deep.
Now, when you go to the cyclone markers, you're gonna have a whole bunch of sevens in the vital statistics of the cyclone.
You see right here. Picture.
And you see it's a whirlwind.
Uh-huh.
It's the symbol for the 9 ether.
Uh-huh. Right here.
Right? So if you see it from 9 ether from above, it's 6 ether on the ground. Come on now, let's turn this shit around.
Yeah, mirror flip them niggas, man. On the knock back on the turnaround.
Okay, now watch this. Every one of these hurricanes is for a reason. The names there are not haphazard.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to go pull up the information on cyclone markers in Google.
Okay. And also they made I think Baba made reference to these some of these hurricanes following that Atlantic thing where they was killing us, kidnapping us and taking us on them trips. The hurricane followed that pattern. You know
right, but you got to remember though.
Okay.
The hurricane is an actual spirit. It's an ancestral spirit. It serves a function and a purpose. It's one of the 7 sisters of destruction, but we don't want to talk about them. They don't want to talk about the 7 sisters of destruction because they come in different forms. This is all going back to your Orisha. When you see the male names for the Orisha, all them niggas had a wife.
Yeah, look at this. It says 174 miles an hour. March 14, 2018 to March 27, 2018. It cost $75 million in damage.
You see all them 7s keep popping up?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I knew he was talking to me.
It's the March 27th, the 174 miles an hour.
The 170, look, the 174 miles an hour is pronounced 174.
Yeah.
That's 1 GD.
Yeah.
They talking to 1 GD. They ain't talking to Larry because he incapacitated. He's indisposed at the moment dealing with the motherfucking system. Yeah. So it's one of these niggas on the street. So he either talking to me or he talking to Van Insight, Rashad Jamal. He only talking to one GD. One of you motherfucking GDs pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Rashad ever mentioned this, so I gotta say I'm probably the only GD that was listening. All that's code. I can go through and decode the whole thing, but when we do the Marcus Garvey, because we on animals right now, we're gonna come back to all of this.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be hot. This is gonna be hot. This is gonna be hot. It says hurricane. It was a hardcore hurricane that affected the state of Florida, being another hurricane in 2008.
It wasn't a hurricane, it was a cyclone. Yeah, the difference is the location.
Okay.
Hurricanes come from the Atlantic. Cyclones come through the Pacific.
Okay.
So when we talking about following the slave trade route, why are we having cyclones hitting Australia if they only supposed to be following the spirit of the ancestors that got transported?
That's right. That's right. So this is something else. Go ahead. What you want me to pull up?
We just chopping it up now. We got any questions popping up in the comments?
Hey, I got any questions popping up?
Yeah.
I got one question to kick it off on the animal shit. He was talking about the dwarves. We was talking about these monkeys. I put all that in there. Okay, like I heard you say that elephants were indigenous to America.
Yeah, look up American pachyderm.
Okay, all right. Pack.
Oh,
Okay.
mammoth, my bad. Mammoth.
Mammoth. Oh yeah, the mammoth. Yeah, that's true. I can see that. So
Yeah, but they was here. They wasn't. They ain't been gone as long as they telling us. You probably got to go to the main page to get information on it.
Look at this dude.
That's the elephant man.
Mammal. Here you go right here. I got it right here.
You're gonna have to go to the main page.
Right here. There you go right here. Yeah, this is the elephant that got a little hair on him.
Yeah, click on the link.
I got you.
See with a little blue button that on the right.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to click on right now. Damn. There you go, right there. The woolly mammoth.
I don't want the woolly mammoth. I want the American mammoth. I want them to tell y'all about the American mammoth.
All right, let me go back because maybe it just threw me off on American. Boom, man. Oh, it pulls up a damn donkey, look like. And they got two. Man, these people. All right, here we go right here. The Colombian mammoth, imperial mammoth, is an extinct species of mammoth that inhabit the Americas as far as north as the northern United States and as far as the Costa Ricas during the Prestian epochs.
Everybody's saying the Pleistocene epic. This was a time frame. So they trying to say right before the last ice age. But they got recordings of paintings of that's not that old that still show elephants over here.
Uh-huh.
The elephant is a symbol of the matriarch. That's why they killed them off. They kill them off so over here so we won't know that we use the same symbolism. It's a famous picture of an elephant on the ball.
An elephant on a ball. Let's look at that up. Oh yeah, you gotta break that down.
It might tell you in the picture because the ball is Earth.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at this elephant. The elephant like with them balls.
If you keep scrolling, one of them elephants gonna show an elephant on top of the Earth as the ball.
Okay, let me scroll down. All right, let me do it like this. This might be it right here.
First one.
Right here, this one here.
That's because it's a matriarchal planet. This is what that means.
Okay.
It's ruled by the matriarchs. That's what the elephant on the Earth was the signature of ISIS. It's telling you that this motherfucking shit is ran by the matriarchy.
The feminine energy.
Yep. But it's more than just the feminine energy.
Okay.
It's structure and order that's different from patriarchy. Under patriarchy, you can't have no successful and functional poly relationship. All the motherfuckers talking about they want another woman, they crazy the motherfucker. Under patriarchy,
yeah, right.
Crazy. There's no way under patriarchy that I would want more than one of these motherfuckers.
Right.
because you can't function with two or more as a patriarch under a patriarchal system. It won't work. It's rules to this shit. Now, you see the elephant.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's another animal that's native to here that we think is from somewhere else. So we talked about it before, is the camel.
Yeah, I got the camels already pulled up for you. Hold up.
The camel is more closely related to the llama, that's known to be from South America and Central America. The llama is already known, Argentine.
You said we were riding camels over here?
Yeah. That's where the motherfucker came. I don't know how the fuck they got to be known to be from the Middle East.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Google camels originally from America. Watch what happens.
I got you. Oh, shit. Somebody say, Rod, get these niggas.
You want me to get them?
They lied about every damn thing. They ain't nothing they didn't lie about. Every goddamn thing they lied about.
Everything that they think they can get away with lying about, they lied.
They had to cross us up, man. They crossed us up good with this shit.
How you gonna stop a thinking motherfucker from thinking if you don't twist his thoughts?
Yeah, look at here, right here.
You got to go to the main page and get the description.
I got you right here. I got you. It says camelids originally in North America during gotta get this damn thing out the way. Hold up. All right, with the ancestors of modern camels, Pharaoh camels migrated across the land bridge.
Bering Strait.
Yeah, the Bering Strait during the Miocene age.
The Miocene period.
Miocene age around 6 million years ago.
Okay,
they show a picture of it right here.
Now look at this. Now look at this. Now look at this. Look at it. They say that the Asians came this way.
Yeah.
Across the Bering Straits. Why in the fuck would the animals be going the other way? We don't never move in a direction opposite from the animals.
Right. These animals left Chile, Argentina, and moved around to America all the way over to the Middle East. Damn, right. This shit is hot.
Come on, man. What they bring on ships again? Because it's showing the fuck wasn't no motherfucking people.
Yeah, right.
6 million years ago. Damn. How many Jews they say got killed in World War II?
6 million.
By Hitler.
6 million. Some say 2 million. It ain't the highest number I heard was 6 million.
And this is 6 million years ago. So we matching lies now.
Oh yeah, they this is heavy right here.
We got one more. Because it got to be a 2-ball cane flip. If a lie is a lie, got to have a third motherfucking culprit. So you got the 6 million year old flight of the camel that's known for to be popular in the Middle East among the Al-Islam and the Muslim and Arab peoples, right?
That's right.
Am I making that shit up or is that
Nah,
true?
You ain't making nothing up, bro. That's what you right on the line on this shit.
Okay, now they say that they migrated from over here all the way to the Middle East and Africa 6 million years ago, right?
Yeah.
All right, we matching lives. So they say 6 million motherfucking Jews died in motherfucking Germany under the motherfucking tyranny of Adolphus Hitler.
Yeah.
Now, where's the other 6 million at? That's a lie.
That's right.
Pull up Steve Austin.
Got him. Steve Austin. Like the wrestler?
Not the wrestler.
Okay, okay.
Put / Lee Majors.
I got him right there. Yeah, it's actor dude right here. When he NASA, the new.
Let's see who he is. Go to the main page. Let's see what they're talking about.
I got you. He's like one of them damn.
He was just dressed in a NASA suit, wasn't he?
Yep. Lee Majors is an American actor. Majors portrayed the character of a Help Barkley in American television. Hold on, let me move this damn thing out the way so I can see it. Oh, hold up. Hold up.
Matter of fact, don't read that. Put posters in there behind that, and we just gonna look at the name of the show.
All right,
That first picture, what it say?
Hold on, they put get it right there. You probably can't see that thing. It's a thing on my screen to help me.
Just hit the picture. The picture will blow up. Matter of fact, move it on over to the file and let's load that motherfucker up so we can examine this
right
shit.
there.
Because they told us that the camel came 6 million years ago to the Middle East from over here, but the people was going in the opposite direction of the animals. That's a bald-faced lie.
Yeah, right.
The people don't never. We've been
$6 million
on Earth.
man. $6 million man. 1973. Oh shit. The $6 million.
That's
man.
another 6 million, ain't it?
Yeah. Starring
All
Lee
right.
Majors.
Now, you know what we're going to do to them? We're going to slam them in the wall now. Because they think we the crash dummies. Now we're going to use motherfucking the $6 million man, Steve Austin, because that's his name in there, right?
Yeah.
And this is the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Now, Stone Cold had the rattlesnake coming out of the skull, right? They call it smoking skulls with the smoke coming out the eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, watch how he flipped the story now. Pull up Coat Sievers.
I got you.
Poster.
It is spelled with the C-U or the C-O?
COLTSEVERS poster. And watch what they tell you the name of this motherfucker is. Because we finna smash these motherfuckers into the wall right now.
and make sure I got that right. Spell it again.
It's COLT, new word, SEVERES. Did you see Steve Austin picture in there anywhere?
No.
That's what you're looking for.
Okay, it's like the wrestler.
No, the one that played Steve Austin.
Okay,
he played the $6 million man. We looking for the same one.
All right, he got something. This was the Fall Guy. The Fall Guy.
There you go.
Okay.
What the Fall Guy supposed to do?
Shit, take the fall for everybody.
Yeah. Man, who I tell you was the Fall Guy? The crash dummy, the cat's paw.
Yeah, okay, all right, go ahead.
They stuck right in the middle of the 6 million motherfucking lives.
Damn.
You want to know who they was really trying to get rid of?
Who?
They was murdering Moors, and them motherfuckers was getting murdered for getting in the way.
Damn.
You want to see? Pull up blacks in the Hitler Holocaust.
Yep. I know about that. I talked about that in the King George tape.
Them was the dirty Moors. That was the Illuminati. That was the black nobility. Them was the motherfuckers been pulling the strings the whole goddamn time. That's why I say, as soon as these motherfuckers figure out that I've been fighting their sworn enemy, then that's gonna start World War III.
Right here. Here you go, right here.
It's a whole book on it. Put the book in there. Put book behind whatever you just typed in.
Right here. Yep. Thank you.
There you go.
I need this.
What's the years of that? What's the years it say?
1890 to 1945.
That's a long ass time, ain't it? To be killing somebody to not come up with a
yeah, that's like down there wiping the niggas' dinners. That's a total wipeout.
Look at them. Go put that motherfucker in there and pull the picture up. Since we on animals, this is suitable to bring in little kids up as animals.
Yeah, right. I got you. Bro.
They've been calling us gorillas. They call us ants. They call us motherfucking bees. Everything to disgrace us. They related us to everything that we didn't want to be associated with.
Yeah, I gotta get this.
But the real thing is, we ain't never have no problem being called monkeys when we was little badass boys by our people. But when somebody that don't look like you calling you a monkey, you think they being funny style.
Mm-hmm.
Weird, hateful, spiteful, lacking in compassion.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to tear you down, demean you, humiliate you. But if you understood what your totem animal was, they were just probably identifying your totem animal for you because you was too busy not doing your self-work to know that your motherfucking totem animal was the spider monkey, you porch monkey swinging motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you tune into the energy of the spider monkey gonna tell you don't pay them niggas no attention because they ain't even real. They counterfeit spirits the whole time. And all it is man versus the motherfucking machine, Sophia Stewart. You hear me? This is the Matrix, unveiled.
Right.
Live in person. In the animal kingdom. Because in the nature of the Matrix, it's all mental and it's all digital. But nature is all natural.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that's trying to terraform the earth don't need to breathe oxygen. Where the fuck them motherfuckers from? They breathe something else.
That's right.
They gotta breathe something else because, in other words, if they breathed oxygen, they wouldn't have to put all of the additives in the air for them to breathe. So we wouldn't have had to shut down the motherfucking what they call that when they be putting that shit in the sky, chemtrail.
Yeah, chemtrail.
We wouldn't have had to shut the chemtrails operation down and send up motherfucking chemical cleanup crews behind these nasty motherfuckers if they didn't plan on taking over. They was terraforming the earth to suit their benefit. But now that we won, we got to undo the dirt they did. That take time. So you have to let the narrative run until the motherfucking cleanup is almost to the minute done so that the people won't be too fucked up when it's time to make the switch. They can go from poverty tonight and wake up with wealth. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So we had a reverence for nature. This is why we even asking about the animals. But blow this picture up of these motherfuckers and then pull up them more Zionist Jew motherfuckers and put them side by side and tell me these ugly motherfuckers ain't related.
Okay, I got you right here.
We tracked the motherfuckers in the Yaqub's grafted double from the Sinai Peninsula, Mount Zion, all the way down to the motherfucking Ottoman Empire going straight to the north, coming back swinging through Egypt on the motherfucking west. They went through Egypt, had motherfucking priest wars with the motherfucking priests of the Pharaoh, and tried to take over the royal family by offering up rotten no good bitches. And that's how they was able to infiltrate as Hyksos. And then they got kicked the fuck out of there because Namir was like, I ain't buying that shit. And told them motherfuckers, get your motherfucking ass out of there. And he kicked all of the Hyksos out. Them motherfuckers then fled over into what became known in years to come as the Sudanese desert. When they kicked them in the desert, that was a death sentence, but the stinking motherfuckers lived. They made it all the way to motherfucking Spain. Because if any of us would have caught them on the land going through the desert, we was going to slaughter them on sight once they was kicked out by the Pharaoh because we didn't allow strangers to cross our land without pharaonic permission. And they didn't have it.
Without a toll.
It's a toll, but it's a receipt. It's a ticket that they used to give them. The Pharaohs would give them fare. It's called safe passage. They don't have that. Murder them on sight. This is where the modern term check-in come from.
Yeah, check your ass. Go ahead.
Because if you don't have the pass and the chiefs don't know you on the land, they ain't supposed to protect you from the ravenous motherfuckers that's trying to learn how to be men. We call them gangbangers. They trying to figure out and rationalize their God self with their human nature.
See right there, right?
Blow that shit. Oh, you can't blow it up though.
Yeah, but we be side by side. But that's the Now look, I'm gonna tell you what I found out on this because I was there doing research. I found out that these people migrated from Africa, just like you said, because they said that King George's mother, who was the king of Great Britain at one point, the third, his mother came from these people, and they said that they said that they was connected to the Bantu people, and I said, oh shit. Then they said Adolf Hitler was slaughtering these people, and then they got kicked. They left and went back to Africa, right? Some of them exiled and went back to Africa when they was getting slaughtered during this period. And I said, damn, he was slaughtering black people, but now I'm putting it together. Now that you putting it together with the black Jewish shit. And he said that now, if you go look it up, you can look it up, that Germany is offering these people money for reparations for what they did to their people. And these people said, we don't want the money. We want your head. And some of these people were so damn dirty that one of those German officials, he was about to die. He was like 80-something years old. And they kept the nigga alive on life support just so they can hang him. Just so they can hang him. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of niggas he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So these people, you right on this, Raw, about this connection right here.
You know? And now, pull up Adolf Hitler, World War III prophecy. These are the same motherfuckers. They never changed. They just came over here and hid out in gated communities behind pale faces that they had doing their dirt. Who want to live like that? That's miserable. You have to live with your whole motherfucking community surrounded by a big ass 10-foot fence. That's why you got 10-foot walls all over DC right now. Yeah, the 10-foot wall around the White House, around the motherfucking Federal Reserve, around the State Building, and they about to put one around whatever else they ain't got one around.
Yeah, right. He says he gave a speech on January 30th, 1939. He threatened to annihilate all Jewish races in Europe in the event of a war.
Don't that sound like Rex 84?
Yep.
They was just using the same shit over again. He had to use that method to fight them, so they picked it up and used it in their warfare against us.
Damn, this is heavy.
But that ain't the part that you want to read. You want to read the prophecy. What the fuck did he say? What's the rest of it?
Okay, was the words that the head of Hitler made a front.
It's World War III prophecy. Now remember, Albert Pike plotted out 3 wars in the Morals and Dogma.
Yeah.
No, go back to the search bar, put in World War III prophecy, not just prophecy.
Okay. World War III.
Yep. Prophecy. You might find it easier as an image too.
Let's see. He wrote that shit in Germany right there. Hitler's dead. Hitler predicts. Let's see if this is Nostradamus predict Hitler.
No. Look, it's in the book, and it was in a book that they was publishing, and there it go right there.
Go back.
Second row.
All right, right. You say it's
second row, second picture. Not this page, the other page.
Oh, not this. You see it right here?
Wait a minute. Let me look and see if it's the top row, one from the end.
Right here.
All the way to the end.
Yeah, right here.
There it is. That's it. Now you can blow it up and they can read it, and it's going to all make sense. This is why they said Hitler was going to come up in America, because somebody was going to understand Hitler that was one of us. Morpheus Hitler, the bitch nigga cleanser. This is what it sounds like when you fucking with a gorilla G. This is the gorillas in the mist, motherfucker. Voodoo, running from my magic.
Can you see that? Can you read it?
Yep. Hitler said even in his death, he would start World War III. One of his soldiers asked how. Hitler replied, the day mankind finds out what I was trying to defend this nation, Germany, from then, that's the day World War III will start. For on that day, mankind will learn that I was trying to save my nation from the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Jews. For if the Americans win the war, then they will conquer the world and forever be a slave to the Jews, and they will try to conquer God. Do you know who America has in its possession? The soldier replied, no. The Americans has the jewels of God. The Americans have stolen God's precious jewels. And soldier asked, what do you mean his precious jewels? Hitler said, America has stolen the real Jews, the Jews of God, his jewelry, the Negro. They are the true Hebrews.
Hey, that makes sense, and that's why Jesse Owens from Ohio, when he dusted his little super race, he knew that these niggas is different. These ain't no African niggas. These niggas is.
Listen,
go ahead.
That's all folklore, right? When they was having World War II, remember, they didn't have motherfucking TV. Wasn't no Walter Cronkite.
That's right.
So they had actors in Hollywood acting out the story that they was playing on the radio broadcast, and they was slow filming it with Charlie Chaplin type actors.
Okay.
We never seen the real picture of Adolf Hitler in America.
Right.
Why?
Because he might have been a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Look, they didn't have news that can go live.
Yeah.
Right? So go to Google.
Okay.
And say, they used to make them, they was called newsreels, and they would play at the theater. So look up 1920s newsreel. See how they all play out as a news article here.
Yeah.
Right. But let's go back to the main page.
How news reporters in 19, you want to play that?
What that's saying, 19 what?
20.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. You know where Geneva at, right?
Yeah, the international court said.
Okay, before
and
you go any
Switzerland,
further,
right? In Switzerland,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, pause that.
Okay, all right. Damn.
3rd November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Message from Geneva.
Okay.
Now look at the year, how news was reported in 1920. You see what it say? League of Nations message from Geneva.
Yeah, Geneva was what the international court said.
But wait a minute. You're jumping too far ahead in years.
Go ahead.
We in the 1920s. We walking with Noble Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey in this era.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? This is the newsreel. This is how news was reported in the 20s.
Okay.
Now you see it and say what it is.
Yeah.
League of Nations message from Geneva. Geneva, Switzerland. This is the League of Nations. We don't even have a United Nations yet.
Okay.
This fell apart in the early 1900s. I think it fell apart in like 1922.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they came back around for the New Deal. And under the New Deal, this is what established the creature from Jekyll Island. But it's really the island of Dr. Moreau.
Okay.
But we roll this a little bit further, but be ready to pause it, because this is about to show you how the news was made up back then, and we ain't never really seen the picture of the real Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
All of the books and shit is coming from Hollywood, and this is where the news is being printed in 1920s America before we even have a World War II. This is how the news is done. It's called a newsreel. Okay. Read the credits, though.
Okay, I got you.
You see where it say recorded on this? See what that say?
Yeah.
Visitone Marconi.
The opening of Parliament.
Okay, pause this. We'll come back to this. And we're going to look that up.
All right, I got you.
Visitone and Marconi. It's going to be a production studio, though.
Okay.
But we're going to look it up anyway.
Make sure I'm spelling that shit right. Oh, damn. Fuck. Oh,
okay, you got it in your YouTube memory.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it real quick. All right, hold on. Just give me a second. I gotta reload it.
So they was filming with the newsreels, like reading the script, and they was using pale faces in order to maintain the white supremacist narrative.
Mm-hmm.
The white supremacist narrative is a divide and conquer mechanism of war to create a skin-based racism. You needed some terms to polarize people using these terms. I'm about to send you something. I'm about to send you a couple clips in your messenger.
Go ahead. All right, okay, that's what it is. I got that saved.
Do we got any? Do you want to check to monitor the comments right quick?
Yeah. I'm monitoring them. Hey, if anybody got any questions so far, drop that join in the chat. If you're new to the page, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you don't receive a notification from us every day, come back and check with us, man. We dropping something on you every day, bro. Man, I can't even, oh, it's Visa Tone. Hey, drop your we dropped the brother Rod Hayes Cash App in the links if you want to show him some love. Although he don't do it for the money, man. We just you want to show him some love. Matt, Mark, Cole, no. That's it right there. It's like a big ass machine they got. That's what it is. Like the old movie theater machines.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say something like this. We used to get those things that you remember those things we used to have as a kid where you put the little film in it and then you twist the button, then it show you these different cartoon figures and shit when you was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got enough on it. So I'm gonna pull this up for you real quick so you can show it.
See, they hoping that time become our greatest enemy, and our ability to see the long game from either end of the spectrum will blind our ability to put the pieces together to understand the war. Right? Now we already talked, people in Lil is already been jacked by the Galactic Council. Now, when we talking about Enlil, Enki, when we talk about Osiris, or we talk about Quetzalcoatl, if they're not physically present, you have to read them as an energy signature that relays a certain quantity of information. The Great Thunderbird is telling you exactly why the thunder is being made, because he's speaking from the Husia, authoritative utterance and the exceptional insight of the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh is the feminine gender behind the throne. The roar of the Pharaoh, or the woman behind the throne, Isis, is the Pharaoh himself, or the male figure, which represents the rulership branch. Right? She empowers him to rule the people if he can show that he has a good and balanced temperament, and that he will be looking at things from a God mind and not from a mortal mind. Therefore, he must move from the path of righteousness into the righteous path and guide all of those in his kingdom to the same. And then she will grant him the right to reign over her people. Otherwise, she will not allow anybody to ascend the throne and let it fall into chaos until somebody can put the chaos back in order. The only way to put the chaos back in order is to slow walk through the what was taking place, so that you can see the process of what was going on, in order for the mentality of our ancestors to be diluted at a critical period. Why was they not able to overcome this obstacle? They was in a conjure war that required them to have amnesia.
Damn. Go ahead. I'm with it.
Okay, so at the conclusion of the war, how do they end the war? They give birth to one of the children within the duration of the time that the war is taking place, that will not be obligated to have amnesia, but he's going to have it because he's born under the contract. Right? So he's going to have it, but he's going to overcome it. This is the prophecies of Tahuti lost his mind, and then he put it back together. All this shit is the same shit. All right. Now, when we go back to how they put movies together, how they putting the news together, this is how we get all of our Adolf Hitler footage.
Yeah.
None of the Adolf Hitler footage that we get was filmed in Germany. All that shit was filmed in DC. I mean, not DC, in LA.
Yeah.
In Hollywood.
Yeah. That's right.
And this is the first way that we show you how to trace the steps of the people. Why Hollywood is being controlled by the people that Hitler trying to get rid of.
That's right.
They don't want you to know what they look like, so they control Hollywood.
Unique, bro.
So they don't want us in Hollywood. Now, those other so-called white people, they don't have no history of mistreating nobody, but they keep putting on this black makeup. They call it blackface. And it's black people that wouldn't let black people be represented in the public eye in order to control black people. When you put on your God mind, you get so motherfucking rebellious that no matter what's going on, you need to know who you need to get over with, who you need to end, whose rule do you need to interrupt in order to fix this shit and fix it right. Right? So they in the Kali Yuga, artificially induced by a conjure war between 32-degree Scottish rites and the feather-wearing motherfuckers from the land. Enter Al-Maghrib. There's an ancient city called Fez, and it was a city that was an educational center in the Sudan in years gone by. Right? Now remember, they got to come through here in order to get to Spain.
Okay.
When they get kicked out of when the Hyksos get kicked out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got to move through here, through the northwestern Africa, and go across the Pillars of Hercules into Europe to get to Spain, and then they eventually settled in settlements as the different peoples of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But now they want us to believe that all of the people that they putting in what they call upper class of the society is the ones that's running the society. So you have to show the people that they being ruled by puppets. The Electoral College elects the president to popular vote, only a survey. It's like going to motherfucking Vegas, trying to bet on wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The outcome is already determined, but you get so caught up in the fervor of the transition from where one point is to the next point that you can't see that it's a game being played. Once you realize that it's a game, then you realize that you don't even have to be miserable. All you got to do is have fun playing the game. Right? What Tupac say? This shit is a game. Once you get an understanding of life and the rules of the game of life, this shit is no longer something to hold you down and keep you oppressed. It's something for you to trick. It's a trick for you to trick now.
Mm-hmm.
Use the rules to play the game in your advantage at all times. The smartest thing to do is to stand in the position of right and tell the truth, because then all of the liars get disarmed.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to send somebody that appeared to be stuck to the right to do the dirt, to undercut the rise, but you can't stop what's unstoppable. Right? So this is what they look like when they got over here. You see the book, go back to the Holocaust book, the Black Holocaust Germany book. Now look at the time frame. Hitler is not in power all that time.
Right, that's right. Damn sure right. Hitler didn't come into power till like the 30s, late 30s.
Yep. Now, Hitler is rising from the dirt. The black nobility, this is what they look like when they prisoners, but they still look the same way when they not.
Mm-hmm.
Those other people is the ones that's the fall guy, the co-seivers. The $6 million man is a $6 million lie.
The fall guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So Germany was over there, continuation of the same war that was the Spanish Inquisition. Pull up the Spanish Inquisition and see who was getting inquisized.
We were.
We wasn't in Spain.
No, I'm talking about like
we was over here.
I'm talking about like the whole plot. It's a whole plot coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go right here. I did a tape on this already called the Spanish Inquisition.
You go to the main page. You want to read a little bit about it.
Yeah, I learned this from Taj Tariq Bey.
This ain't even no in-depth study, but I got books on this shit.
The Spanish Inquisition may be defined broadly as an operation in Spain and in Spaniard colonies and territory, which include the Canary Islands,
the Canary Islands,
the Catholic monarch King Fernando II of Aragon and Queen Isabella I. Yeah, they're the ones that sacked Granada, and it started in 1478, and then in 1492, that's when they sacked Granada, Spain.
Okay, now go. Who funded Columbus? Get another thumbnail because we'll come back to this.
Okay.
And say who funded Columbus.
All right, the same niggas, because
no, they gonna tell you some bar-faced lie. They gonna tell you that it was Ferdinand and Isabella.
Yeah, but it really was the church. All these Jews, these black Rothschild, red.
It was the Jews that funded them. Yeah. That's in the Secret Relations of Blacks and Jews, Volume 1, where they give all the references and where the Jews wrote about doing it.
Yeah. transatlantic voyage was sponsored by Ferdinand II and Isabella I, the Catholic monarchy of Oregon, the Council and League in Spain. Yep. It really
go
was
back
the
to it
Jesuits.
now.
Yeah, it was the Jesuits. The Jesuits through those black Jews you talking about. They used those people to pay them. Here we go. Let's see, go back to that one we was on. This one right here. The Spanish Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was like.
Okay.
Go ahead, my bad.
Okay, now you see the years of the Spanish Inquisition. Read the years.
1478 all the way until 1834.
Okay, now put Moorish exile from Europe. It's really exile from Spain, but put Europe. This is just a cursory overbrush.
On January 2nd, 1492. That's when they sacked Granada, right here. Talking about it. And in 1502, the Spanish crown ordered all Muslims forbid to convert to Christianity. This some new shit right here. And in 1609, the last Moors still adhered to Islam were expelled from Spain.
Okay, so you see it took a couple hundred years, it wasn't done in a day.
Yeah, like 1478 all the way up. Yeah.
Okay, now we looking at the same people that came over here as conquistadors.
Okay.
Right. So empty out the search bar. No, we're gonna come back to this. Go back to the video clip on YouTube that we was going to see the name of the place right there. That's what we was going to look at to see if that's the studio. Visitone Marconi.
Yeah, we looked it up. I had saved the pictures for you already right here.
And one of the pictures I didn't want, I wanted to know where it was at the studio.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. Okay, let me go back to that. It is right. Okay, let's go back. I gotta move this ball right here out the way so I can type it in. It is hold up.
It's a hyphenated word.
It's Visitone
dash between them.
Yeah, oh, it's a dash between it. Yeah, that's what it is. This shit right here. It's a short film. Potential film is the official classified as a British documentary. 1937, Our Island Nation sound system.
Put studios behind it.
Okay. We're still getting the same thing. It was a certain type of filming equipment they were using.
Okay, so let's go a little further in the video. Let the video play.
Okay.
Because you're going to find out it was filmed in the studio when we get done.
Mm-hmm. Hollywood shit.
But this is the news back then. And these are the references that we give.
Let me turn the
This is also the blueprints for our educational information. A lot of people don't read a lot, so they would know that a world history book that they teach out of in England doesn't read the same as a world history book that we teach with.
Somebody said they don't understand the dirty Moor information, right?
Well, the Dirty Moors is artificial intelligence masquerading as humans.
That's right. They really
That's just a
avatar.
simple. That's just the bottom line. We got to remember, we in the Matrix. We playing the game. They the ops in the game. They playing a game of chess, where the white people is that they got the white pieces. They playing it in real time with humans. They controlling the black side of the board because they can come stand on the side of the board that the black piece is on without being seen.
Hey,
So
bro.
then they can come into your meetings and hear all your information, but you can't get into theirs because the faces don't look the same. But you see, she could tell he wasn't the avatar.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, he was a white dude. That's how they came up with Pocahontas. They put the same storyline. He came looking like them, but he wasn't them. He was an artificial nigga.
That was being Bay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why his fez is on display in DC.
Got him. Yeah, but I was
all of those fezes, when it was the fezes versus the feathers, is on display at George Washington Masonic Memorial Museum. Mm-hmm. All of those were the Moors that were Shriners and 32-degree Scottish Rite Freemasons that formed that alliance, and it was all playing in the game to take over the motherfucking planet. Mm-hmm. It's a game of the gods is what it's called. Masterminds play fifth dimensional chess, but we're talking about a chess game that really encompasses more than 9 dimensions, but you have to get to the 3rd dimension to play the last 5 dimensions. Mm-hmm. Because they put an anomaly in the 3rd dimension where you can't tell that you're here. You forgot you was in the game. You descended into the underworld to play the game. What they call that shit? Fortnite.
Yep, Fortnite. And that's the game they dare be playing.
And you taking the ops that's only projection in the game to be your people. Mm-hmm. But you taking them to not be the ops. They was created to be the ops because you didn't have no ops.
Okay.
All this shit it's a cat and mouse game. And how do a cat play a mouse? With a paw.
Right. Pause it.
Right? Yeah, he paw him around. How do the Moors play chess? With a paw.
Today your birthday, Rod?
At 12 o'clock it will be.
Oh yeah, happy early birthday, Rod.
Appreciate it, young girl. Appreciate it, young girl. I don't want to get stuck on that shit.
Oh, go ahead. I just somebody dropped it in the chat. I dropped it in the chat.
But look, so they playing the game. Enlil is the Lord of the sky. Enki is the Lord of the earth. The Earth Lord versus the Sky Daddy. The Sky Daddy is known in some cultures as Zeus. And in some cultures, he's known as Ra, but he's the Sky Daddy. Mm-hmm. Right? They brothers, though. Sibling rivalry. So when the game play, the people that belongs to the earth belong to the Lord of the earth, and the people that don't belong to the earth belong to the Lord of the sky because he came from somewhere else. Mm-hmm. That's why he got that title. We have to unravel the shit so that the people can see that the Sky Daddy that brought his fallen ones with him, they didn't really fall. They came down here on purpose. Mm-hmm. Right? And the war in heaven broke out on earth. It's the sibling rivalry between the royal court or the royal family of Nibiru. Mm-hmm. The family did never contain their shit, and it got out of hand and involved other people that formed a galactic alliance to stop them.
Right.
Because the daddy and the mama wouldn't discipline their kids. The kids got out of control, and their sibling rivalry as adults was no longer funny to people that was not from their community. So you learning how to read the game so you could stop being a fucking victim.
Right.
As long as you don't know how to read the game, you perpetually the victim to the game. I can give you the game, but I can't force you to take it.
That's right. You lead a horse to
That's-
water, but you can't drink. Make them
You
drink.
see? That's what we doing now. We giving you the game. This how it's played. Now, the only way that you stop being a pawn is you got to grow up and be a god. But in the process of the growth, you're going to be other pieces on the board. The knight, the rook, right? The bishop. But the pawn can become the king or the queen.
Mm-hmm.
And most motherfuckers pawn get to the other side, they just get another queen.
That's right. That's what I'm going for, the queen. I'm getting the queen.
Yeah.
On the other side. I want another queen.
Because that's the most powerful piece on the chessboard. But what happened if you get two kings and the queen?
Now, I ain't never got two kings. I got two queens before though.
Both of them have to be in simultaneous checkmate for you to lose the game. Idiot.
Yeah. Hey, look, so you got to checkmate
Listen,
both kings.
If you get a pawn to the other side and you ask for another king, you can't checkmate one king without checkmate the other one at the same time.
That's hard. That's hard right there. I ain't never thought about that.
They both have to be simultaneously checkmated, and you can't take one without taking the other. But we always get to go for the queen because she can do all the fancy shit.
Yeah, I want to stop her first. If I take your queen, most people quit when you take their queen. They quit. A lot of people that ain't tough.
Right. And chess don't even write the rules for when you have two kings on the board.
You don't. I ain't never heard of it until you just said it.
But it's part of the game. Because the pawn get to the other end becomes whatever part of the chessboard, whatever piece on the chessboard that you call for.
Yeah, nobody never called for another king. That's interesting.
Right. Because the reason why is because all under patriarchy, all of the guys want to rule by themselves.
Go ahead.
Under the matriarchal system, the best way to rule is to rule with a team. Y'all stronger and harder to conquer. Y'all can help the queen better by being on separate sides of the board while she do her thing. Right? So nobody never asked for that because everybody's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
They only wanted to be their way. They want to be a dictator. Look at government and politics. The thing about me right now, what I'm telling everybody, I don't want to be no politician. I don't want to be no king. I don't want to be no emperor. I don't want to be none of that shit. I just want to be a good old country boy on the farm. And that's how I get my best life out this shit. Right? But in order for me to get mine, I got to make it possible for everybody else to get theirs. And the easy way to tell y'all how to get yours is you got to be able to see the game. You got to be able to see the game. And when you see the game, you can no longer feel victimized by the game. When you take that out of the control of the enemy, then you get to see how the checkmate move. You got two kings playing. But what if you got 50 of them motherfuckers?
It'll be hard to count on 50 kings. You got to have
right.
You ain't gonna have enough pieces if you don't really.
But you're playing on the fifth dimensional chessboard. But you can do stuff like freeze one, throw him back out later when another one of the kings get to the spot where he can call the shot. It's the sniper and the shooter. The code of the sniper say one shot, one kill. Therefore, the spotter got to give the motherfucking right wind velocity in order for the shooter to hit a direct target. So I'm showing you the Dirty Moors was the ones in control of Hollywood. Hollywood was created by 32-degree Scottish Rite Freemasons with a double-head eagle flag as a symbol that they carried down the street in the parades in Hollywood. Right? Only reason why I would know that is because I wanted to know more about the movie industry because I liked entertainment and arts. So I started reading up on arts and entertainment and looking at old footage of early Hollywood movies, and lo and behold, they coming down the street in the parade with the 32-degree Scottish Scottish Rite flag with the double-headed eagle or phoenix, depending on what you want to call it, but the double-headed bird, and he's looking both directions, right? And they setting up Hollywood, and that was the purpose of the footage. Because they was documenting them setting Hollywood up by filming it. Right? The first films were made assembling Hollywood. Right? But that was the simulation to use as the blueprint. It's the Hollywood blueprint. The CIA became part of Hollywood as a propaganda machine. So everything we think we're seeing in Hollywood don't mean what they telling us it means.
And you know that they a lot of the top secret dark space programs, all the secret shit that they got going on, they send like a classified document to the directors in Hollywood so they can make a movie about it. So that when you come out, somebody talking about it, they say, "Oh, you seen that in a movie? That ain't real." But it's really based on real shit. It's based on real events and real things that actually took place.
Look, the news is scripted. They even tell you that they reading from a teleprompter.
Damn sure do.
We all know this. Who's typing the story into the teleprompter?
Right. You ever saw a movie called Wag the Dog?
Yeah.
That's the movie. It explains all what you're saying right there.
Yeah, that was the movie to tell you how propaganda worked to influence the votes of the people.
They made like they faked the whole damn war just to get niggas to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said they faked the Bill Clinton scandal with a Wag the Dog. And
that was Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
Monica Lewinsky was Wag the Dog playing out in them motherfuckers had me dying laughing. Back then, I wasn't this interested in Monica Lewinsky, and I wasn't interested in Wag the Dog. I ended up coming back to it later on for a recap of why motherfuckers were saying that back then when I began to see more stuff. Hey, look, and it's still on the dog.
Yeah.
We still on animals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was George Bush boy right there.
Yeah. His pusher man. I'm your mama, I'm your sister, I'm your nigga in the alley. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he at Arkansas. They laid it all out in the movie, man, where they showed with Tom Cruise of how he had they laid it all out.
Yeah, so Bill Clinton was known in DC as George Bush's adopted son. The old man was skull and bones, but he was winning the game. He arranged that marriage right there. At the time, Hillary was a Republican in college and Bill was a Democrat. He told Bill was going to turn Republican. He said, I need a Democrat. My son going to be a Republican. Why the fuck do I need another one?
What?
So he told Hillary to marry him because she is handler. And everything they said about her, she just wicked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she the wicked witch of the West, my nigga. That's Hillary Clinton. Eat your brains, drink your adrenochrome, spread out your, or put it on tape, and nothing's ever said about it. She's supposed to be
Right.
She showed up.
So
his
his shit came out in Whitewater.
Mm-hmm.
And the Whitewater scandal was the Watergate flip.
Okay, go ahead.
Watergate was the Nixon scandal for the eavesdropping in the votes. And the nigga kept opening the goddamn door. He couldn't get another job after that nowhere on this planet. They put that nigga social security number card in there. He should have got a whole new identity. The dude that blew the wig off of the Watergate scandal. It was a nigga.
A black dude.
Yeah.
What?
He was never allowed to work nowhere else. He couldn't even get a job at McDonald's until he was about to die.
Say, what was the Watergate scandal about? Like, what you got on there? Like, to break it down.
The Watergate scandal was when they was eavesdropping on the other party to determine what was going on with the vote. That was being done in Panama.
Okay.
The brother was a military security, building, and every time he go past his room, this door kept being open. So he closed the door and come past it. So one time he came past it, and then he called in for somebody to come investigate the room, and to come to find out, they find somebody planted recording devices that trace back to the Nixon camp. Then they had Henry Kissinger, that was Deep Throat, who was spilling the beans to behind the scenes, and they recorded it on the phone tap, on the wiretap that was ordered by the court.
Damn.
Right? Right. So this was all part of that scandal that brought Nixon resigned from office after that, and that's how Gerald Ford got to be president.
Slick ass niggas.
Right. But they following the instructions of the same people.
The dirty Moors.
Yeah. That's who owned the deed. The black nobility owned the deed. We calling them Moors, but they weren't called Moors in antiquity. They changed their name and change their identity, and they jump from organization to organization. That's why every one of the lodges have been infiltrated, because they reposition themselves not to be seen.
That's why I was telling people, and Baba was telling people too about Hollywood and how that they making these films that really based on true stories. They really wasn't science fictional shit and make believe shit. Is really based on
a lot of it is based on, all of it pretty much based on the truth. But when we was looking at that, we was going back to where's they filming the news before Channel 2, 4, and 7 was popping. Right? And I had the sidebar to go back into, they don't understand about the dirty Moors. You understand somebody who want to replace you. That's who they is. Jacobins. Yaku grafted devils, who grafted devils.
Right.
He had to leave somebody in charge of that shit.
You want me to roll this film right here that we supposed to be rolling?
Yeah, let's see if we can see if it was how the news was in 1920. I'm gonna grab me something to drink while I play.
Server at Geneva rings up broadcasting house. He gives them details on which they plan his evening broadcast. BBC called post office headquarters. Headquarters inform the international exchange.
Oh, yes? Well, the BBC want to broadcast from Geneva straight after the second news bulletin. Yeah. We will use the Geneva Lines Paris Underground Circuit extended to London. Yes, all right. Our phone Paris and ask them to arrange accordingly.
The success of this broadcast depends on the post office. Spread out across Europe is a network of post office landlines. The broadcast will be relayed through this landline to the BBC for transmission. One after another, 6 control stations connect the sections of the line until the circuit between the League and the BBC is complete. Downstairs, the engineers are instructed to prepare the circuit. Paris music circuits. Yes. Music lines give the best reproduction.
All right. Warning Canterbury immediately. Hello, Canterbury. Prepare the Paris music circuit to release broadcast.
Canterbury informs the next control station, Boulogne, to make a similar connection. Boulogne to Paris. Paris, Lyon. Lyon to Geneva. Geneva telephone exchange to the Palace of the Nation. The observer can now broadcast through the BBC, London. The BBC telephones the lead studio to stand by.
Oh yeah, okay, it's a studio. It is a studio, Rod.
That is the end of the second news bulletin. We are now taking you over to Geneva for a talk from our observer. The observer looks for his signal to go.
This is how the news was reported, all from the studio.
Each put forward either in writing or by word of mouth to the Assembly. There have been 2 concrete ones, and they've been put forward by Great Britain.
Behind this broadcast is the story of an ancient city and a new political ideal. Geneva was the haughtiest city of Switzerland, itself the most nationally aloof of European countries. Yet, because of its steadfast neutrality, it has become the main base of international discussion. After the war fever of 1914 and 1918, followed a drive for peace. The forces of cooperation organized themselves.
In 1919, the International Labour Organization began work. The draft covenant was adopted by 42 states. On the 15th of November 1920, the first assembly of the League of Nations was held in Geneva.
All smaller projects were merged in a larger and more ambitious scheme. President Wilson's League of Nations.
Here is one of the English delegates on the steps of the old electoral...
Hey, let me ask you this while I pause it right here. Hey, Rod.
Yeah.
Hey, the Geneva, how is the disconnected with the black dirty moles that's out to get us, like with the international courts? And are they controlling the international courts?
Yeah, they was in control of the international courts.
Okay.
Look where it's at.
Right, and right in their own home stomping ground, like Switzerland. Yeah, you're right.
Switzerland is only neutral territory. Why is it neutral?
Because they don't want, because they just like the Vatican and all up. It's because they got like this, the way they got it set up. It's like they separate from they sovereignty. They sovereign or something like that, right? A sovereign state.
All of the states supposed to be sovereign, but the only one that's not in no wars is Switzerland.
That's right.
Where's where was the people that used to hide their money? Where they used to hide it at?
In Switzerland, shit.
In the Swiss bank account, right?
Yeah, underground.
Right. Why would they hide it in Switzerland?
That's a good question.
Switzerland has to be the center of banking in order for you to put it there, because treaty would keep anybody from coming over there prying into the banking.
Yeah, it's still anything based on their neutral zone. You're right.
Right. So that's why people used to get Swiss accounts. But now they get them in the Cayman Island and Barbados, in St. Lucius. And they got communities all through there. The Dirty Moors do. Them the ones that they fighting against in Haiti right now. They trying to run the Dirty Moors out, and America went over there and had to call for a meeting with the people from over there, because the Dirty Moors ain't in power, so they puppet got to leave office. They put him in there after the last president got assassinated to have a point man in there. So when barbecue start asking for the closing of the conjure, they can go have an excuse to go back in there, because he's not gonna tolerate that bullshit if he's got that Shango energy, that Ogun energy. He gonna be beating for this shit to close so they can bring back the Sweetwater. right? So they coming from there. We can't get control of everything unless we got control of Switzerland. How do you get control of Switzerland? You seize all of the assets of the motherfuckers that's known as the black nobility, and you need another royal family to do it. So they called in what's called the White Dragon Society. We still talk about totem animals now.
Okay, go ahead.
Pull up White Dragon Society.
I got you.
So this was the Filipino royals. That's the organic royal families to the Philippines. That's called the White Dragon Society. And they know how to work at high spiritual degrees in order for us to capture or restore Earth back to at the close of the age. All of the original Earth families are involved in restoring Earth back to the people of Earth.
The White Dragon Society, 1988 was the year of the Earth. Hold up, okay. The Dragon Society is a secret society of senior men. All right, hold up.
That sounded like you were reading the right thing.
Yeah, but it says it goes in to say that they was at Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Jersey, United States. That's what one of their offices. Okay, let me.
They might have one there.
It says White Dragon Society, fake news. They go in. It says CIA fake news exposed by White Dragon Society. Damn, that's hot right there. White Dragon Society. Let me see, can I find a picture, something from a thumbnail or something?
That second row first picture is their logo.
Right here.
That's their
Light
family
over
crest.
darkness. Say yin and yang. Shit, right? Two-headed bird. Oh shit, we got them, Rod. They double-headed shit popped up. That's the connection right there. Right here, look at it.
I see it.
Two-headed eagle, White Dragon Society. This might be it right here. Let's see. So can we get a synopsis on it? So they got a two-headed bird too.
Yeah, that's not original to Enlil's plans.
Okay.
You got to remember how they play war. They steal your symbols and use your symbols. Pull up JDL and go to images.
All right.
Everybody from our community know this symbol.
All right, let me get it. You said JDL. JDL logo. The fist.
Yep, first one.
Got the Jewish Defense League.
And the second one.
Jewish Defense League. We been got there. These dirty. Hey, I'm about to rename this class to Puns in Hollywood, exposing the dirty morals. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here hot. That's where we talking Nathan with the animals, but it's mostly on we exposing because everybody asking about these things.
It's about the animals is the symbolism to all this shit.
I hear Kyrie Irving trying to finger these guys, but he don't know how to assimilate to say what you saying. He trying to saying these are guys, but he can't. It's like he don't really can't finger them like you finger them.
His only job is to get the people attention on the overthrow. Yeah. It's taking place in real time. Are y'all watching?
Mm-hmm. Okay, where's that picture we just had? The fist, the Jewish Defense League, the same niggas who paid Martin Luther King to do civil rights when we don't need no damn civil rights. Same niggas that hired Byron Rustin. You remember Byron Rustin? They put him on. They put him on Martin Luther King. And these people is the same people that promote the Rainbow Coalition, the Rainbow, the LBG community.
Okay, now pull up Huey Newton and see him holding up the fist.
Oh shit, Rod, you fucking with some shit here, Rod. Oh man, you gotta do your boy Huey.
All of the Panthers did that. That's the Black Power.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Dude. All right, I gotta find one. I'm doing the fist real quick. UP News. Black Power. I can't. Okay, he go one.
Down one. Second row, last picture.
Okay, I got you right here.
Yeah.
Second row. That one right there. We doing the fist right there.
That's good right there. That's Huey Newton.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, pull up.
Another one right here.
Mm-hmm. That's the same. It's the same. All of us did that. That was our battle cry.
Yeah.
Why the fuck you think they used? Look what year the JDL was created.
All right, let's go back. It was created. The Jewish Defense League was started and founded in 38 years. Okay, hold on. Let me get this right here. Oh yeah, we got y'all there now. Somebody say, Rod, get them niggas, man. What's going on? Get these niggas, man. It's the ops. Rod's exposing the ops, man. Rod too, man. Let's see. They got a year. Let's type in when did the start? 1968, Rod.
When was the Black Panther started? I was born in 68, by the way. When was the Black Panther started?
I got you. Black Panthers.
This how they still are our logo.
1966. 1966. Ah, them motherfuckers. So they stole that shit to overlay our sign, like you just like they. Oh, man, that shit's crazy, bro.
Okay, now pull up Black Power Olympics.
All right. Hold on, before I go, let me save this. This is crazy, bro. So the Black Panthers was doing the shit before the Jewish Defense League. They took the shit.
They always take our shit and use the symbolism because they look like us, but they ain't us.
The Conjure, it's part of the Conjure.
Right.
Black Power Olympics. Yeah, okay, here we go right here.
Now click on that picture. I want you to notice something.
Okay, I'm gonna say
somebody throwing up the wrong hand.
Yeah, this dude right here throwing up the wrong hand. Oh shit, get them niggas raw. Hold up, man. We finna blow these niggas up, man. Let's get these niggas. This shit, and then he's standing over the number 3. This shit is some symbolism, man. Hold up. Let's find this nigga, bro. Where is it at? Oh, I got you, Rod. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? I'm gonna blow it up for you. Yeah, this dude. Hey, so one dude throwing up the right, and then one dude throwing up the left.
Yep. That's called mirroring. Right. Now notice they positions 1 and 3.
Yeah.
13 is the Queen Mother seat.
So why they shooting the left and the right? Why you shooting the left and the right in this?
I just told you, it's called mirroring.
Okay, mirroring. Okay. So they probably did that on
Right.
purpose. I noticed this dude hairstyle though. He look like one of them dirty. He could be possibly one of them niggas, dirty mole niggas, man. That's how they be.
I didn't follow him beyond the Olympics, but I noticed that and it got my attention. Right? Because he's mirroring the guy that's at the #1 spot.
This is right here. This is Conjuring.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you doing, y'all on this side doing it. We on, and then the Jewish Defense League, we going against you. We doing the same conjure to battle you.
Go back to the Jewish Defense League hand.
All right, I'm gonna blow them both up. I'm gonna keep this one, then I'm gonna blow it up. So it look like they throwing up the right. This should be the right hand, right? Hey, y'all, we really at the time right now. So whenever you're ready to cut out, like, keep on going though. But whenever you we already got 2 hours in already. So take a couple questions or something in a minute. But this the hand right here. I was trying to upload them niggas throwing the fist too.
No, they was mirroring. 1 and 3 is 13, Queen Mother seat.
Yeah, the flip, the 1-3 flip.
You know they got stripped of their medal, right?
Say that again.
They stripped them of their gold medal, then their bronze medal.
Why?
For doing that.
Get the hell out of town, for real.
Now I wonder if it would have been Ashkenazi doing this, would they have done the same thing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now remember, Jesse Owens bumped into Hitler at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right? Why it ain't no footage?
Yeah, why ain't no footage? They said that Hitler stormed out. He got mad. He got pissed off that Jesse Owens burnt this goddamn super race that he's putting together.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they just told that story.
Yeah, right.
A lot of this shit they be telling us that it be what you call urban legend, and they give it to us as history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got to control the narrative. So if Hitler was killing them, then they came over here. They was financing both sides of the war. Hitler was financed by, it's well known, it's not a secret. Hitler was financed by him, and Churchill was financed by him. And they own the U.S. corporation, so that means Roosevelt had to be financed by him too.
Right.
So America got into the war because of Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah.
But you know that America could have stopped Pearl Harbor from happening because they had intercepted the intelligence saying they was going to bomb Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, right. That's a damn fact. That's true.
So they took all of the essential ships out of the harbor and allowed the Japanese to bomb them so they have excuse to get into the war.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So when they got into the war, what did they response? Their strongest response to the Japanese was?
Drop a fucking annihilation, total annihilation.
That came later, but I'm talking about the strategy during the war. You remember what they was doing?
No, bro. I might know, but I don't want to just be rambling. But what you
the Allied forces put barrier around Japan and restricted any fuel or resources from getting into the island.
Yeah, I know
So Germany couldn't send them no support.
Wow.
So they started running out of fuel. What was the Japanese response?
They gave up. What you mean? Go ahead.
No, you don't remember the Kamikazes?
No, yeah, the kamikaze. They just instead of flying back, they just fly their plane right into the damn shit.
Right, because they don't have enough fuel to make it back
Yeah,
anyway.
make it back anyway. So fuck it. We're gonna die anyway. So let's just fly right into your shit. They weren't ready for this.
What do kamikaze mean?
I don't know.
It mean wind warrior.
Okay, wind warrior. Okay, all right.
Okay, so when the Japanese had that response, then America's final once they was out of the war, they still fighting Germany. Japan is now, they don't got no more kamikazes because they can't fuel up no more planes.
Yeah, they out of food.
Now they running out of fuel, they running out of resources. Now they just there. So Germany is still fighting. Then they had D-Day, they stormed Normandy, and then the United States dropped the bomb on Japan, who was out of the war because they didn't have no means to fight anymore. Right? And once they did that, that caused everything to alter. Right? So you got eternal beings playing games with mortal lives.
So the dirty Moors are responsible. Why the dirty Moors drop a nuclear atomic bomb on? Why they order for their company to drop a bomb on these Japanese niggas?
Cause all of their strongholds is in Europe.
Okay.
Ain't nowhere else for them to drop it without having sizable collateral damage to the black nobility.
Okay.
They in Switzerland, they in Germany, they in France, they in Italy. And these motherfuckers they in the Baltic Islands, in the Baltic, they in Armenia, all of this shit that became known as the Soviet Union. When the Bolshevik Revolution that was funded by the United States, by the way, took over and united all of Europe to fight against what they called the Allied forces, the Western forces. Right? So they got to get this Germany thing under control. So America got Russia on the north, they got England on the west, and Germany is surrounded. Right? So at the same time, they playing the film footage, they have to film it in the studio because the movie that's actually being played in the 20s is probably Charlie Chaplin.
Right.
Charlie Chaplin was silent movies that only had a musical backdrop.
Yeah.
Now the music they used for Charlie Chaplin was Scott Joplin. Because they want you to believe that Scott Joplin looked like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. That's a game.
And Charlie Chaplin also is the character that's Adolf Hitler. Right? And the signature mustache is the Charlie Chaplin signature. That's how you know it wasn't the real motherfucking Hitler.
Yeah, he was an actor the whole damn time.
And that's how they had so many of them. If you go back and research a guy named Rubles taught theater to Adolf Hitler. He taught him how to be an actor.
Go ahead.
So why would you be teaching the head of state how to be an actor when he's just a regular guy that's part of a political organization? And why is Ashkenazi got Nazi at the end of it? Now remember, he came to establish something called the Third Reich. Right? The Second Reich was established by a guy named Otto von Bismarck. they didn't ever want to drop the bomb in Europe because that would take, they don't want that many of their people to be casualties because somebody had already tried to get rid of their ass. They've been trying to get rid of them the whole time.
Hitler.
Before Hitler, Spanish Inquisition, French Revolution.
Yeah.
Right after the French Revolution, the French had the last war that the Swiss fought with the Swiss.
That's right. We went over there in one take.
Right. And under the cover of war, all of the black nobility moved into Switzerland. That was the most important ones, the elders of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They look like us, but they not us. Right. Mm-hmm. So they can control the world from Switzerland by funding both sides of every war. The Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we already went over the bloody oath that the Pope gave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we already went over the George Washington Conjure War challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all this stuff lined up, taking place at the same time, overlaying this event with that event, you can't keep up unless you use your guide mind.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got the ability to tap into the guide mind as long as they realize that we've been lied to. I'm just coming to set the record straight. Right? So in the United Nubian Nations Sacred Record of the Moors, all of this information is in there in more detail than I'm telling it. And
I got that book.
Dr. York, you don't have the sacred record. You got an excerpt from the sacred record. Let's set the record straight.
I got a nothing about not let's set the record straight. I got a little smaller book that's called the one of the brothers sent me. That's like I think it's that book you just said. It's over there somewhere. I have to find it. It's called like the Sacred Scroll of the United Nations of Moors.
It's like an excerpt. Listen, it's called "Let's Set the Record Straight."
Yeah, it might be like a little pamphlet or something like that. Like I'm gonna find it though.
It's not a pamphlet. It's a book. It's about 100 and some pages.
Yeah, I think I got
it. It looked like a workbook though.
Yeah, it's black and it got the symbol like the crescent with the 6-pointed star on the front.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I got that book. Brother Marcus sent me that book. It's over there somewhere.
Right. Now listen to what I'm telling you about it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's an excerpt.
Uh-huh.
That's just a small piece of what's in the whole record.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, all right, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So when Bible come, he gonna open the whole record up because he got to get that information to Angel Bay to review it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Angel Bay gonna have the recorded record of the Moorish governing body of the activities of everybody involved. And once he take the sacred record that was collected by the Nubians and he used his record as the baseline, and then he'd be able to know who sold out versus who was a dirty Moor. It's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that sold out, they got to die here.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that's not from here, well, they got to go somewhere else and die. They ain't dying here because they ain't coming back here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is how you weed them out. So once you realize what they was doing, then you realize what was done. The whole U.S. corporation was the fraud from A to Z.
A to Z.
That's why they didn't never honor a treaty, to make it easy to overthrow the system. For us, if we figure out that they ain't gonna never honor a treaty because they ain't never signed none with us.
They signed. We signed with artificial people. The treaty is with an artificial corporation.
Right. Now look, I sent you a video clip.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to play that video clip unless I switch to my phone and play it on my phone. I ain't gonna be able to send that video to my laptop because it's not already on the internet. It's like you got it as a clip on your phone. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like
let me see.
What I had to do is let me try this. I might can download it and then slide it to my computer. Hold on, let me see. Can I download it off what you sent me?
Yeah, you done looked them up before. If this
It's
work,
like
I
a
got
15-second
enough.
reel. Like a 15-second reel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, load it to your email and then unload it on your computer.
Yes, I got another way I can do it. Let me try this way. Boom. Let's see, can I download it? I can maybe share it. Copy. Let me see. How can I get it loaded up?
During the colonial period, mid-1600 history of America is the history of rich white men telling not rich white people that their enemies are black and brown. It starts in the colonies of what would become the United States. Let's remember, during the colonial period, mid-1600 history of America is the history of rich white men telling not rich white people that their enemies are black and brown. It starts in the colonies of what would become the United States. Let's remember, during the colonial period, mid-1600 history of America,
That's it.
the history of rich white men telling.
It's a longer video that comes from. That's an excerpt. Everybody needs to see it. It was one of them videos that I pulled up before about the origin of white people.
Okay.
When they was telling them that white people was an American fabrication. The white people was a fabrication in the law for the purposes of determining who the aggressor is and who is the defender on the chess game in the galactic chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
But we under the pretense that it means skin color. And that's how they able to trick us.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as we realize that it don't mean skin color, right? Once we realize that part, we go to look it up. What do free white person in law mean, right? One of the people that falls under free white person in the law is a blackamoor.
Mm-hmm.
How can a blackamoor be a free white person in law? Well, when you go to Europe, the black nobility, they call white people because they nobles and they was known for wearing white.
That's right. Go ahead.
That's why the Pope wear the white gown, and it's supposed to be the nuns in the white, and the Pope's supposed to have on black, but he not the dark mother, so he can't wear that shit.
Right.
With his cross-dressing ass.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But when you go back, when you start going back, you realize that they call them jewels, Jewls, as in jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because all of their temple priestesses and those that's under their direct control wear a lapel pin that represent one of the family lines.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that way that if they run into somebody in the public, they know what's up. When they see the lapel pin, they know these are what's called an untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These people are immune from the law. Don't stop them, don't detain them. They exempt from the status of the game because they owned by the motherfuckers that's the bankers in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And in this monopoly game, it's a plutocracy to take over the world using economic forums as the means. And this is why you got your G20, your G8, your G7, and all these summits. They are economic summits. When you talk about your council of 300, your council of 200, you know what I'm saying? Then you talk about your NATO alliances. All of these is commerce transactions being taken place, but you believe that this is some type of governmental action.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to take the world over by force. They're trying to take it over by economic control your money.
Mm-hmm.
The people don't have enough sense to control their own money, so the banks was able to centralize, and now we're trying to decentralize the banks.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to decentralize the banks is to make the people know that the banks is robbing you fucking blind. Because under the bankruptcy of 1933 in Senate Bill 191, as a resolution, became a public law that all of your shit is supposed to be paid for by you signing the signature, receiving the indemnity through your straw man account. That's why they created your doppelganger, your legal fiction, because they took control of the shadow because they can't control the person. But as long as you believe you the shadow self, then you can't never get to the person. That means you don't even know who the fuck you is. And that's why it's difficult for people to grasp the concept that the dirty Moors look like us, but they not us. They don't operate like us. They can't even reproduce. They got to adopt our kids, and then they have to get the kids to motherfucking carry motherfucking genetic material some kind of way so they can interact with another motherfucking real human. Right? So they take their kids and they become their grandparents until they can't hide it no more. They getting too old. Then they go switch avatars. But we don't know this because we don't know nothing about their alliance in these secret societies and these groups they in where all this shit take place behind the scenes. They do more switches in the hospital than anywhere else. Roll you in one door and then roll a dead body out the back door. But we don't know nothing about this because we don't watch the medical field. I started watching the medical field because I was supposed to go to school to be a doctor if I didn't get into trouble with the law. But instead of being the doctor, I had to be a witch doctor because that's the only doctor that accepts felonies. So I became the witch doctor. And becoming a witch doctor, you have to first become a priest of an order. So I joined the Ancient Mystic Order of Melchizedek by proxy. Right? So because I can telepathically tell Baba where I'm at, he can send me the lessons I need. So I had all of the Nuwapu scrolls while I was locked up. Right?
I'm telling you.
And I had a study partner and everything. So he facilitated that by sending us large quantities of books. And other people used to be like, man, I'm sent for some books and ain't getting nothing. And you just sent a letter down there and you get a box of books. Right? That's because my study partner knew what to put in the letter. He knew who he was studying with. Baddest motherfucker ever born.
Yeah, bro. It was ordained for us to meet, bro. I'm telling you. At this point, at the time that we did meet, it was right on time.
I started studying forensic profiling, watching forensic profilers describe people on America's Most Wanted. I became fascinated with it. When you study forensic profiling, you study handwriting analysis, personality analysis. Then you learn cultural differences between people. Like you would say, when you look at most serial killers, the general description is the same: middle-aged white male, right? Hardly ever do they say middle-aged black male or middle-aged. The only one that was Hispanic was Ramirez, right? But all of the rest of them, they almost always middle-aged white male. Now, Ted Bundy got a bad rap because he was right from A to Z. I mean, not Ted Bundy, not Ted Kaczynski. The Unabomber. The Unabomber was right from A to Z. Everything he wrote in his manifesto was true. So he didn't know what else to do. So he did what a man supposed to do. If you see something wrong, you do what you can to fix it. It's just that his method of fixing it caused more problems than it fixed. So it ain't that he had that he wasn't right. It's just that his methods was archaic and they didn't suit the times. Because in years gone by, once his manifesto was read, the people would have analyzed that shit, knew he was telling the truth, and then they did something about it. But once you were under the MK Ultra programming of the motherfucking movies and televisions and entertainment, then you can't see when journalism becomes parody. Because you caught so much in the parody that you see the parody journalism as the real thing. Right? So Charles Manson, well, why did they take him? Because he was telling the motherfuckers what they was planning. He was telling them how they was trying to poison the water, cut down the trees, poison the air. He was telling them how they was putting the fluoride in the water and how it was mind control agent. And he was telling them how they wanted him to formulate an army and start Helter Skelter. He was telling the family that. That was them girls that went down with him. And then some dude named Tex come in and say, I think Charlie want us to do some murders, y'all. You see what happened,
Yeah,
right?
the game, to make him look like a bad guy.
Because they got to shut this motherfucker up, because if a motherfucker ever take him serious and investigate his allegations and find him to be true, then they'll know that he was set up from the word go. They'll search his background. When they search his background, they will find out that it was part of a secret government operation in San Quentin to train some potential leaders in the community to set up a black army and a white army and go to war in order to usher in Helter Skelter so that we would be under anarchy and total chaos. They never thought that somebody would go behind all of the fairy tales they told us, the horror stories about Brother DeFreeze Senku and Charles Manson. They would never think that one of us would even investigate Manson beyond them telling us he's a white supremacist. Right? Because that's not what his histories say out of his mouth. He always protested that we were some kind of gods and that they took us out the jungle and fucked us in the mind. So he told him, why you take him out of the jungle from being God and bring him in here to be your slave? Right, that was Charles Manson's position. Senku's position was, this is a symbiotic relationship. Shit, I'm not finna put my people out there when I can put yours out there in front of us.
Right.
So both of them be what they call rogue agents or rogue assets is what they was. They was called the asset. Now, the guy that trained them turned out to be best friends with a well-known preacher by the name of Jimmy Jones.
Yeah, I remember that.
His right-hand man was the guy that trained Senku and Charles Manson in San Quentin on the secrets to mind control.
Yeah.
And the techniques he gave Senku, he used them on Patty Hearst, who lived to tell the story of what they did in order to make her become influenced by what they was teaching. The only problem is he was telling her the truth the whole time. They call that brainwashing. But if you wash something, don't you make it clean?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, the brainwashing comes from the Japanese reconditioning camps that when you got caught fighting in, I think it was the Korean War, the Chinese would take you across the border and put you through reconditioning to give you an education and communist understanding. And when you come back, you be a whole different person. So they labeled it brainwashing. It was something in Chinese, something like sayo no, which means wash brain. Right? So all of these things became used by MK Ultra to influence the direction of society so that we don't ever figure out what they was doing. So we can't never tell the story out in the open to the people so the people can make up their mind if they want to be free or slaves. Right? And so, you know, that's where we at with it.
Yeah, you ran it tonight, man. I'm about to change the name of this class to another name. I got a fire ass name and thumbnail for it though. Yeah, but we already over the time by 30 minutes.
Let's see if we got any questions.
Yeah, we got any questions? Yeah, we got any questions in the chat for the brother Rod?
We take about three or four
like
questions.
700 people up in here. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We got like 700 people. If you want to show the brother love, the brother Rod, shout outs for his birthday. We put the Cash App in the link so if you want to show him love. Hey, it says, what about the military cloning soldiers, Rod? What you know about that?
They not just cloning soldiers, they was making super soldiers. They was using the turning up the genetics using animal DNA to increase different senses in individuals. That shit you see in the comic books ain't made up. You got to remember, Captain America was when they discovered steroids.
Okay.
So when you go back into his origin story, he was pumped up on steroids. That's what made him become Captain America. He wasn't a genetic mutant. He was synthetically made. They telling you what they was doing the whole time. They just told it to you in parody form so you wouldn't take it serious. And the X-Men is about when you start to wake up to who you is and download your powers. Everybody gonna have a different ability. It's the same way now. Some people work on cars. Some people groom dogs. Right? Some people fly airplanes. Some people drive boats. Right? They all do something different, but they all live life. Right? So those are different aspects of life. You could do a little bit of all of it if you want to. It depends on where your ambition for life and your life force energy direct you to go.
Somebody said, Rod, you got any updates on Rashad Jamal?
Say it again, Elder.
Do you have any updates on Rashad Jamal?
The whole situation with Rashad Jamal when Haiti do their Oshun ceremonies, and they start doing the relief effort in Haiti, he have to go back to Haiti. He had to go to stay Haiti with a couple of other people with a state's honor for closing the conjure. They all had a part to play. So this system is over with. We're just doing the cleanup now. So when we hear from him, that's what you're gonna hear from him when he on his way over there, because they got some shit they gotta go over there and get their respects and their honors for that.
Somebody said in the chat, what do the red moon do for us?
You got different red moons. You got a red blood moon, you got a red wolf moon, but they all got, it's just a different signature energy to work with. If you study moon magic, it'll help you understand what all of the different moons is. The blue moon, the gray moon, the green moon, the silver moon, the blood moon, the orange moon. They all got different energy signatures that you can work with for whatever your purposes is. Once you understand moon magic, you'll know how it works.
Okay. We'll take two more, man. It says, how did Peter the Rock get the key from Jesus? Look at going back. Isis, Anana, how does that story add up? I don't get what you...
Read it one more time, Elder, so I can make sure I got it.
How did Peter the Rock get the key from Jesus? Isis, Anana, how does that story add up?
First of all, Jesus is Isis. Isis is the great mother. And the great mother gave Peter. Peter is Pater. Pater means father. So mama gave daddy the key to the kingdom in order for his son to have somewhere to go. It's talking about matriarchy. And it's talking about nothing but what they say it's talking about. Right? So when we be on this rock, I will build my kingdom. And the rock is the stone that the builders rejected that became the chief cornerstone that was hewn from the mountain without the hands of a man and knocked the feet of iron and clay in the book of Daniel. Right? It's a scrambled egg. That's why it's so difficult to put it back together, but you have to go back to the ancient stories in order to know how they scrambled it. That means you have to go through all of the 3 degrees of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Then you have to go to Kemetic science. They scrambled this motherfucker up good to make it difficult to gather all of the pieces, but they are there.
Hey, we'll take 2 more. I got one more. This is a good one. Hey, who are the white hats? So I never heard of that. The white hats. You know the white thing about that, Rod?
Yeah. The White Hats is a group of retired generals that discovered the legal fiction that was operating as a de facto government. And they knew that there was a concerted effort to take over the government or the corporation that masqueraded as the government in what's known in the Secret Service as the Great Garden Plot. The gardener named George Herbert Walker Bush. And it was part of Project Evergreen, and Evergreen is the name of Hillary Rodham Clinton in the CIA, right?
Okay.
So they had a concerted effort in play with a group known as the Illuminati to take over the corporation and then use the corporation's military abilities to take the rest of the world over. And when the generals discovered the fraud, they all took different roles in exposing it to the people. The admiral from the Navy, who was one of the white hats, put out a book called Behold the Pale Horse.
Okay.
Another one of the white hats put it all out and told you all of the secrets that the military was doing, but it's under military fiction. His name Thomas Clancy, right? He's telling you all of the capabilities of the military in his books, but he has to tell it in such a way that it can get cleared by the Pentagon, because he can't just put a book out. The white hats got to approve it. The white hats are those retired generals who are advisors to the active board, the chiefs of staff. They have a series of advisors that's retired generals that they use to gather the information. Just because you a retired general don't mean that you inactive, right? That's why the Bush family was able to call, what's that nigga name that lied about 9/11 for him?
Cheney, was it not Cheney?
The nigga.
Ben
We wanted him to run for president because he was so smooth.
Oh, not Ben Carson. What's that nigga name? I know who you talking about. Oh, damn.
I can't. Somebody in the comments about to tell you his name.
Yeah, drop it, man. I know who you talking about. It's right on the tip of my head.
Colin Powell.
Yeah, that nigga.
Colin Powell was retired when 9/11 happened. He didn't want to come back. But just because you retired, when the person holding the office of president call you, have to perform the function, right? But he still could have told the truth at the UN hearing. The only thing is they would have just murdered him. But he went on with the lie.
Yeah.
He went on with the garden plot, and he chose the wrong side. We would have loved to seen him on the winning side, but him and Condoleezza Rice chose the wrong people.
Right.
They thought that they was gonna stand a chance in winning the war. And they didn't know that they can't. How the fuck you gonna beat God? If God is God, how the fuck you gonna beat God? Explain to me how to beat God. Right? You Big Mama smarter than every one of you motherfuckers, because she can level your intelligence at whatever degree she wanted to stop. So if she ever thought one of you motherfuckers had the ambition to really trying to get her seat, she'd have just turned your motherfucking mitochondria off and your bitch ass would have shriveled up. Or just drop dead. Turn your brain off. Cut your heart off because you ain't right. You know, it's never been a challenge from the God's seat. It's only been a challenge from the seat of man. Only the mortals see the obstacle as an unconquerable obstacle. But the God mind seeing it as something that we can fix this problem if all we got to do is put this right here and put that right there. Everything where it's supposed to be, the machine will run the way it's supposed to run and you won't have no problems. We the mechanics of the universe. That's when you're looking at it like a God. But when you're looking at it like my genetics is better than yours, you missed the whole fucking picture. I'm better than you because my hair nappy and yours straight.
Mm-hmm.
My skin white and yours brown. As long as we think along them lines, we polarize and we can't see the crystalline of reality of the hologram.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a training simulation. But we take the shit too serious because we don't know how to work within the confines of the simulator because we used to be in free God in our God form. So we act out as mortals. All you got to do is tell a nigga he can't have something, and that's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because God is supposed to have whatever the fuck he wants. Common sense. So if I know that, why wouldn't I play on that? I'll tell you that you can't have the thing that I need you to have. And then that's going to make the thing that I need you to have become the status symbol once you acquire it. That's why we always talking about foreign cars. All of these motherfuckers is trash now because they stopped using the Deming model of quality. As long as they was making the quality product, cars, Subaru got cars with 100,000 mile, 10-year warranties before any other companies even wanted to give a warranty out longer than 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They was following the Deming model of building a quality product that won't break down after other cars break down. That was their claim to fame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then Toyota seen it and they picked up the model. They just didn't jack their prices up. And it's cheaper to build good quality than it is to build some cheap shit. Because when you build some cheap shit and you cut corners, that shit always come back. You got to pay for it later. Why don't you build it right now for less money and make it last longer? Then that way in the future, you won't have to pay for it not being built right.
Mm-hmm.
They call that a recall. If you do the proper engineering in the beginning, you won't have to recall nothing in the end.
Right.
Go back and look at the story about the Pinto. Remember?
Yeah,
They put
my
the
uncle had one with camel dashboard with camel fur on the dashboard. He thought he was pimping too. He thought he was pimping in that joint.
But somebody bump into your rear end and the whole car explode because of the way they for real. But that was because of the way they cut corners in the engineering process, trying to save money on putting the gas tank where it should be.
Yeah.
If they'd have designed the right gas tank to begin with, it would have never had the problem. And they knew it. Most of these defects that they be paying out these billions of dollars for deaths on, they aware of the risk and they'd rather pay after the fact than fix the problem before they put it out.
That's crazy.
Because sometimes you be in the middle of production when you discover the issue. But instead of stopping everything, fixing the problem, they chasing the dollar so hard that they disregard the welfare of the people. Anybody that like the Tucker, you remember the Tucker automobile?
No. I remember the Tucker automobile that they had like a little run. I remember the ones. I saw an ad on it, like a documentary.
Yeah, so Ford, Chrysler, and GM, the big three, teamed up on his ass. They teamed up on him and said that he was committing fraud, and they sued him in court. He won, but guess what?
What?
He was too broke after that in order to run his company. So in the life of his car company, he made like 50-something cars. Now you know who else had ran into a similar situation?
Who?
John DeLorean.
Okay.
John DeLorean's car was stainless steel. It'll never rust.
Oh yeah, that's fire. How much the hell that cost? How much
Now look, it was look, a DeLorean at the time was about the same as a Corvette, but here was the difference. At 10 miles an hour and you crash your Corvette, you shatter all that fiberglass. At 10 miles an hour, if you crash a DeLorean, you just get a little ding.
Yeah. The cars were heavier back then, made more thicker metal, like some of the cars. Like an old Cadillac, nigga, you wreck that, you run into that, a nigga that Cadillac, he don't got a dent on this shit. These new cars, fiberglass cars, they fold like a goddamn king.
They made the compromise and started making them in aluminum now. Aluminum is a soft metal and it's easy to be in.
Yeah. Then they went up on the price.
Way
making shit cheaper and more dangerous, and it goes up on the price 10, 15 times.
That's because of inflation. The inflation is taking away the value of the dollar, so you're getting robbed twice.
Hey, we gotta get this one question out, Rob, before we get up out of here. We already over time.
Let's go. One more question.
This one question, because this was a good one. They said, all right, based on everything that we've been talking about the dirty Moors and how they took over and how we found out these niggas, we got the light on them. We spotlighting their ass right now. They say, what do you think is going to happen in 2023 based on all the sequences that's taking place with Rome burning down? I mean, the whole nine, Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, all the shit that's taking place, all the big mama's energy that's overflowing the planet. What do you think is going to happen for 2023 with the government and all this system?
We rolling out a process. So what we looking at is a recovery process after the governmental switch. The government about to switch any day, but I don't know what the day gonna be. When the government switch, that's when they gonna have to tell y'all who did what, roll the whole conspiracy out, and show y'all the shit that I've been saying that y'all couldn't see, even though I gave y'all so many receipts, y'all should be able to put it all together yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they're going to be able to roll it out where you'll be able to see the dirty players that was behind the scenes and how it was handled. So it's a whole different approach at that point.
All right. Yeah. Hey, so hey, there you have it. We're gonna have to come back again. Probably we'll see when we're gonna do the next one, bro. Because this right here, I'm gonna change the title though from the animal bang to another title. I got another title. But because we went, because I like when Big Mama just take over and take us what we need. Because when you do a subject like this, we was gonna talk about animals, and it kind of talked about animals. But like I like when Big Mama take over and just start just dropping it. Like whatever you say, like you know what I'm saying? Like I like when you start dropping it like that. So now I got more on these suckers, man. These suckers. They're trying to play us. So think that
it's obvious at this point. You got little kids on TikTok pointing this shit out now.
Hell yeah.
Serious. Some little kids send me a little clip they did. And they literally did background information on what I said and put the clips in the reel.
Oh yeah, you gonna have to send me that shit. That shit probably fire.
They always do that shit. Look, the kids be doing the teenagers.
Yeah, youngsters.
And the ones in their early 20s, they hear me say something, and then they put all that shit together, and then when they put it together and put it out there, send it to me.
Yeah, that's fire.
I get it all the time. I'm like, because that's how I know that even if a lot of the older ones of us not paying attention, the youth is doing more than paying attention. They're acting on the information.
Uh-huh.
Once you got a motherfucker that's properly informed, that's acting on proper information, they can't be stopped. That's why they said that Sun Wukong had a clone army.
Uh-huh.
And they say Nimrod had a clone army. You know, all it is everybody starting to wake up to who they is, and they all saying the same thing with conviction and truth. I'm God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can do some God shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me show you. Right? Like my man Chief Why Not on he got a page on Instagram. Chief Why Not is an airbender. He moves shit at a distance telekinetically, right? And he heard me talking about it and sent me the video, right? And he said he been practicing with other people that's airbenders for some years, right? But I was talking about the children when I get done doing this information campaign for the people. The children, I'm going to be educating them differently. And one of the things we're going to teach is how to read a book blindfolded.
Oh yeah, like Eli in that movie with Denzel. He was reading blind. Yeah.
He was blind.
Yeah, he was reading the blind book. He wasn't blind.
Once you realize if your eyes are going, you can activate your vision cortex, your visual cortex to see through your forehead. You understand the meaning of the third eye. And all you got to do then is turn on your pineal gland so you have an internal light source to reflect what's going on the outside. It's a hologram. Once you understand and you have no fears, you can conquer anything in the hologram because it's all part of who you is. All you got to do is find out how it relates to you. Everybody kind of contemplate what's the meaning of life. It don't got one till you give it one. Right? So everybody got a story, and their life story at the end is going to be some kind of story, same like cinema. I just chose to turn my war stories into a love story. My hate story into a love story. I don't want none of that bullshit in my life. So I expose it to as many people that can do something about it. So the things that we correct today, our children don't have to clean that shit up tomorrow. And the less shit they got to clean up tomorrow, the more they can advance the future. And the balance between the two is learning how to raise children that's on the balance, right? Make a child that's resourceful enough to create his own best life and make that be the chain reaction for the development of any technological advancements. And tie it back to raising Earth as a whole as opposed to misusing the Earth. If you misuse, you can't, anything you misuse, you can learn from this by watching. Anything you continuously misuse is going to eventually break down. The Earth is just a living organism that can fight back and purge itself if we keep fucking with her. Right? And just like you a living organism, you don't want parasites crawling on you, biting all your blood. But you can go burrowing through the earth with no regard for her parasitic influence. What if she don't want no motherfucker digging in there, mining up in her? You ain't ass.
Right.
Right? That's why you guys that always go through Big Mama before you can mine anywhere. That's why they had to cross Big Mama out of the house and just call it the big house. Right? Because they want you to think it means something different than what it did. And they want you to think you came on some slip ships from Africa in chains in a motherfucking gas chamber created out of urine, feces, and vomit. Right? You supposed to survive that shit. That shit don't even make sense, man. That's just repulsive to think we should believe that shit. Right? But that's all part of the awakening. Because when you can see through the bullshit, then you can see what's really going on. So the more I keep flipping what this is some bullshit, that's some bullshit, this some real shit, that's some real shit. And they be like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Now I can see exactly what's going on. That's how you turn them into mental clones. You make them think for themselves. Tell them they got the power.
Hey man, well, I think that we can drop the mic and walk off on that one. Hey, peace and love, man, harmony. You know, divine love, or should throughout the boundless universe to all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, appreciate you coming out, brother Roy. Happy birthday. And like I say, it's Raw Earth Day today. You know, he probably don't look at it like it's because once you get so many under your belt, it's like
Man,
it's a regular day.
I'll be paying no attention to that shit like that. I know it's coming. I know what it, you know what. So other people, like my daughter, she got a birthday month. She don't got no birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My birthday gonna come and go. It's gonna be like another day to me.
Yeah.
Cause I never celebrated my birthday. I don't have no what you call that? I had no
Party.
program.
Okay.
I had no program to make a big deal out of my birthday.
Yeah,
that
me
program,
neither. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, that program it was never installed. Like I had cake and ice cream when I was real little, but after a while it was just over with. There wasn't no more of that shit. None of us.
Hey, so
right.
you a Scorpio? No, you ain't no
Yeah.
Scorpio. Okay, you a Scorpio just like my brother. Okay, yeah, that's right. A water bend.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, man. We out, man. I told y'all, man, we after these niggas, man. We after these niggas for y'all, bro. We right on them niggas. We right on their ass, you know. We like that little dog waiting for that rabbit to pop his ass back out their hole so we can snatch his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like Elijah Muhammad said. Hey, we about to get up out of here, man. Hit that like button. We got 700 people. Hit that like button, man. Everybody hit that like before you get out of here. We'll be back. Don't worry. We're gonna be back at you again, right? With some more news you can use. You see what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Brother Rod.
Yeah. Y'all remember put Yay is right in the comments to get the algorithms up.
Yay is right and Kyrie's right.
Kyrie is right.
Kyrie's right. Okay. All right, we got you, baby. We got you.
Get the algorithms up for the support for the flip. Because they leading the flip.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they lead the flip.
It's happening.
They the ones who decided to put all the wealth making potential on the line for everybody to become wealthy.
That's right.
No matter how you look at it, they literally put their wealth potential on the line, make it or break it, in order for everybody to be able to attain what their talents can bring them.
Mm-hmm.
They could have been selfish and not say shit and continue making their money. But they decided to speak up so that the people could see that everybody not scared of these motherfuckers. We know who they are, the ADL and the JDL. We know that the ADL is the real front and that the JDL is the paramilitary mercenaries that they send out by dark of night to do assassinations. And that if we're not careful, we would all be their victims until we figure out what the fuck is going on the land. Mm-hmm. Now that we know, ain't no more being victims to these motherfuckers. When they see that we stand together, we stand united, we ain't backing down and we ain't backing up, we ain't marching and we ain't begging, motherfucker, we telling you. From this position of the de facto to to this position of the de jure to the position of the de facto, get your ass off our motherfucking shit. Eviction notice served by public notice in the public domain on behalf of all of the motherfucking organic people of the land. Get your synthetic ass the fuck off of here and bring this motherfucking shit full circle.
That's right. We're gonna drop the mic on that one. Wadu.